Okay, how's it going, everyone? It is Reload back with another video. This is kind of a bit different. I'm just doing rebirths as I'm talking because why not? This is kind of like a top 5 video almost, or a top 10 getting subscribers method almost. Because I noticed that a lot of people, especially in the Discord or even people outside of it, struggle to get high numbers of subscribers. And I mean, being where I am, I feel like I would be most useful to give this information. So yeah, we're gonna just go through some general stuff that I use to get subscribers. I'm not going to stretch out the video too much because I want you guys to get the best content you can out of this. So yeah, let's get straight into it, shall we? Okay, so what I was actually going to do first was show you how I increment my uploaded videos. But I think I can start off with something probably quite a bit easier. And not a lot of people know this, and I only found out about this recently. But if you use the chairs, right, as you can see, I'll just place one down here. It's a lot harder to get into them. You have to kind of jump over them almost, especially if it's right in front of your door. So I find it to be a lot easier if you just walk onto the toilet and boom. You know, it's a lot simpler. So I just saw 2 toilets. Maybe it's one of them. I think it might be this one. So you just want to purchase that one. And once you teleport home, which I'll see here, pretty straightforward. Just walk onto the toilet. Another tip that I do tell people, because not a lot of people know this, is that less amount of videos that it takes to rebirth is not necessarily better. I could just buy a bunch of SD with the lowest amount of ice coins I get from this, whatever it is, and then just skip straight past ice and go to alien. But that's not faster than going through a couple cameras in ice to go to alien. See, I only click to about 75,000 here, and then I go straight back to the base, and I edit whatever I have. And I usually find that is a lot quicker than just saving up about 7 million with that camera. I actually did a rebirth grind against Monster, which I believe is 4th on the leaderboard from memory currently. And he used the less videos rebirthing before I told him what I did. And it took him, I think, a couple minutes longer. See, now I'm already in alien. So that's something else to point out. Another thing is, so there's currently a bit of lag once you have a certain amount of plaques in your base. This is more for high-end players, I suppose. You want to place them away from you. It doesn't necessarily have to be extremely far. I mean, they're still completely visible in my base. It is so much less laggy like this than if all of the plaques were in front of me. And that, I know that because I used to have an old base, which I'll put on the screen here, where you can see all of the plaques are kind of right in front of me, and they would all load in at the max textures. So it's less laggy right now because they haven't really loaded in at the max quality until I start walking over there. Always shred your plaques. Now, this one has a bit of controversy because I see a lot of people saying, no, don't shred your plaques if you don't have enough, because that would be a waste. Okay, I went on a bit of a tangent for this one, so I'm just going to cut this short and say shred all your plaques except for secrets, which we'll talk about later. If you're too worried about shredding plaques, calculate how much shards you'll need to get crafted plaques and stop there. You can shred in minimal amounts. It does not matter. Okay, I'm moving on to the next one now. I found that it was much quicker to gain subscribers to just go straight into the next room, which most people say no, don't go into the next room until you have enough plaques to do the room fairly quickly. But that's not really how subscriber farming works. And I know that because, as you can see on the leaderboard here, we have reload alt. Now that's me. That took 3 days. So that's how long that took in 3 days. And what I did, I have about 4 tech bots on there now. All I did was I rebirthed normally twice, and then I went straight to ice, went straight to alien, went straight to tech. And although it took me a little bit longer at first, it definitely increased my subscribers so much more than if I had waited in alien for a bit, or I'd waited in ice for a bit. And I now am already on leaderboard after 3 days, but that wasn't just because of that, and that leads into my next point. And I know not everyone can do this because you might be playing on mobile, or you might be playing on console or whatever, but I usually leave an auto clicker running on the best camera overnight to gain SD storage. Okay, so once again, I went on a little bit of a tangent because this edited video ended up being about 17 minutes pre-edit. But basically what I was saying here was that it's better to increment your videos when you upload them. This is more for high-end players that are already up to the best tech, camera, and computer. It's better to increment the videos that you've AFK'd overnight in 500 billions. It is better than using one big video, and it is better than using littler videos such as 100 billion or 250 billion. I tested this with other leaderboard players, and that's all I'm going to say for that. Nothing else needs to be said there. But anyway, this video is way too long, so I'm going to end it here. Bye.